Peace and unity.
Yoga State and APC National Chairman, Secretary, Chief of Staff to the President, State Education, Senior Government, State Youth Leader, and other members here present. Mr. President, this is
ask for strength, we ask for grace. We thank you for Nigeria. We thank
the leaders in the Christian church.
Amen.
Thank you. Followed by presentation. There's the report.
We thank you because all the words contribute.
And to start the program, we will take the audience with some representation. Honorable Minister of Sports and
Mungkin sekarang butuh mana terkadang? Ni sekarang ni cuma sekarang butuh mana terkadang.
On such a short notice. And I want to make a confession that I have never requested for a meeting with you, Mr. President, and I have never been denied for a meeting as long as it is issues that pertain to young people. So please, a round of applause for Mr. President. And I want to also acknowledge the love and care you have demonstrated to the generality of young people in this country. You have created, approved, established so many empowerment programs, starting from the Empower that started with a simple conversation, Mr. President. Way back in 2015, I remember we were in a bus and you had a whispered conversation with the Vice President then about what you can do for the teeming population of young people that always throng at you or at your rallies, and then gave birth to ideas of social investment that today now is the most humongous and successful project in sub-Saharan Africa. You've created a youth investment fund under our Honorable Minister, someone we're very proud of, Sunday Dare. The youth investment fund, you have told them to create and make available 75 billion within the course of 3 years, so that young people would be able to catch on into it and bring something out of themselves. Through the CBN, the Anko Borrowers program, and so many COVID-19 reliefs that help shore up the so many businesses that have suffered in the course of the pandemic era. About 190 billion naira has been disbursed so far to about 500,000 individuals and households. It is the biggest direct payout to citizens in the pandemic era in sub-Saharan Africa. Again, Mr. President, thank you very much. However, like Oliver Twist, Mr. President will always ask for more. We'll ask for more because we are 60% of a 200 million strong population. In 200 million people, Mr. President, if we are 60%, we are roughly about 120 to 140 million people. If that is the case, the youth population of this country alone is more than the combined population of the rest of sub-Saharan countries, and including some parts of Southern Africa, including South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, and Lesotho, and the rest, combined are not up to the population of the Nigerian young people. And therefore, Mr. President, we have a few recommendations and a few requests as party members. The legacy, your legacy, Mr. President, is more important to us as young people than it is to anybody who is older. Because it is your legacy that we are going to be wallowing in for the next 20 to 30 to 40 years, God willing. And it is a legacy that we are proud of, and we are going to ensure that it is sustained. So, Mr. President, a few recommendations. We would like to see there's so many programs of young people that have been scattered everywhere that we would love as part of legacy. We want to applaud you, Mr. President, for creating the Disability Commission, the Diaspora Commission. It would be good if the youth have their own commission under the Ministry of Youth, headed by a young person, and all the issues brought in one place so that we'll be able to focus and fine-tune it going forward. It will be a legacy that will outlive your administration, and something that we'll always be proud of. Just like people always remember with nostalgia how you have done the war against indiscipline during your military junta, it will be something that we'll be proud of in the years to come from now. Mr. President, we would also want you to consider that young people being the most energetic zeal of this country, that for every committee to be set up either by government or political party anywhere, that whatever the requisite qualification required, that there's a slot, 1 or 2, that is left for young people to fill in. Because you know very well, Mr. President, you've said it to me before, sometime back in 2008, 2009, that you don't teach a man how to drive by putting him in the back seat. You teach a man how to drive by putting him in the passenger seat. Because God will, God forbid, if something happens to you and he needs to take you to hospital and he doesn't know how to drive very well, then both of you are in trouble. So the young people have come of age. Let's put them on the passenger seat so that they learn the mechanics of the motor vehicle so that they will be able to deliver. That is what we are here for, Mr. President. Thank you very much for giving us a listening ear. Finally, Mr. President, back to politics. The APC is re-registering. You have gone and you have registered as well. This is our time, this is our opportunity, Mr. President. You stand taller than most of your peers and your colleagues in terms of integrity, and looking back to see who you are leaving behind to be able to pull him back up. Mr. President, be our major supporter and our pillar of support. Be the bridge that will help the young people to participate in every level of politics, be it in governance and politics and political party. So that sooner than later, Mr. President, we learn the mechanics of leadership and we'll be able to pull ourselves by our bootstraps. And then you, Mr. President, will have the singular legacy of
leaders and members of Youth Wing. I am delighted to be part of this meeting today, not only on your commitment to strengthen our party and its progressive ideologies, but more importantly, your role in the social sphere, body policy, politics, and governance of our dear country. Having started my participation in the governance of this country at a young age myself, I know the energy, versatility, and vibrancy that youth can bring into public service. This is why I take every issue related to young people very seriously and try as much as possible to engage them by having constant conversation to gain from their youthful and inspiring insights into issues of today. I have followed with keen interest the efforts of many of you in your bid to grow our party, the All Progressive Congress, into a strong and long-lasting platform that will sustain progressive governance in Nigeria, taking issues concerning our party seriously is commendable and shows your forward-looking aspects. I am also aware of the daily toils and sacrifices many of our outlying warriors make on social media to defend and promote the party and government. I appreciate you deeply, and I am committed to making sure everyone appreciates your work as well. As young people, I am sure you know your future is closely tied to the progress that leaders who emerge through the political parties are able to deliver. This is the major reason I vehemently supported and advocated for the APC's membership, registration, and the revalidation, and that whoever among you seek to participate honestly in uplifting this country through the instrumentalities of party politics is able to do so. I was in Daura to rehabilitate my membership, and I encourage you all to do the same. My belief and firm commitment is that politics is a game of numbers, and political power truly belongs to the people. Parties are built from the ground up. So I envisage a party that we can have transparent electoral contests, drive policies and programs that are for people, and most importantly, have the members determine who represent them, not some leaders somewhere. Tell your colleagues to go back to their constituencies and join in party registration, attend party meetings, pay your dues, make contributions, and bring your youthful energy and zeal to bear on the development of the party, right from the unit and ward level up to national. If you wanted to see something different, you have to be willing to do something different. Let me also acknowledge the suffering and the disruptions caused by coronavirus. The pandemic has slowed down economic growth across the world, not just in Nigeria, thus proving that no one country or economy is immune to the shocks of life. In fact, Nigeria is lucky not to have been too badly hit by the pandemic because we took early precautions, coupled with our good fortune at having a predominantly young population, a demographic advantage I believe we need to harness more deliberately. The young people of this country the responsibility to deploy their energy and creativity in every field: health, science, education, sports, agriculture, etc., and bring up innovations that would be in tandem with the changing dynamics of the world. While I will be looking forward to a more robust engagement with young people across the country, I wish to emphasize to you with all that in me you have a major supporter. I will offer you my full support to grow in politics, public service, entertainment, entrepreneurship, and many other sectors, because I know that the future we envisage as a country cannot happen without our youth. In the days ahead, I will be engaging with the Minister of Youth, the national youth leader of the party, and others to fine-tune continuous and deliberate strategy on how to better drive a more robust youth inclusion and participation in different sectors. Lastly, I have listened to the grievances of the youth and taken some remedial actions last year. But I acknowledge the need to do a lot more. Consequently, I will be setting up a small committee made up largely of young people to engage with their peers, air their views, and come up with better ways to identify and address challenges and find durable solutions. It is my hope that by combining the wisdom and experience of the older generation with the foresight and energy of the young, we shall collectively drive this country to greater heights. Long live the All Progressive Congress. I thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.